Okay, so today I want to talk about the master of triangulation. So, triangulation is when you're in a relationship with someone and they always bring in a third party. If you're new here, this is about my very brief relationship with Dr. Ronald Kondoff from Virginia Beach, who, in a very short period of time, managed to assault me, was charged criminally, and then left me disfigured. So Dr. Kondoff and I had two dates in Florida. Our third date, he would have taken me to Cabo. While we were in Cabo, we had separate quarters in the house, and I'll never forget the one night I got a text while I was getting ready in the bedroom, and it said kisses behind the ears. And so I knew obviously that wasn't for me, but we had just started dating, so it wasn't like a huge red flag, although I did take it to be he was definitely talking to somebody else. So I went into his bathroom to kind of say, you sent this to me. And he said, I'm sorry. He said, that was meant for my daughter. Now his daughter is, I don't know, she's like probably 30. I don't know how old she is, but let's just say she's not childlike. So anyway, so that kind of struck me as a little bit weird. And then the next day there was another woman who kept ringing his phone, and I kept seeing the name Morgan. And so I asked him about this Morgan, and he said, that's a girl from Virginia Beach. He said, I guess she was from Tampa or Orlando. He moved her to Virginia Beach. And that basically he had been seeing her for like 3 years, but it's kind of over. And I thought, okay. So I did what every woman does, and I looked her up, and on LinkedIn it said that she worked for him for like 5 years. And I was like, so I asked him again, because I thought, well, maybe I got it mixed up. And then next thing I knew, he must have still been in contact with her, because I had taken a screenshot, and by the time I went back to it again, she had changed her LinkedIn. So that's kind of how I knew they were still in contact. Then I get to his home, and then there's another woman by the name of Kelly Croft who's calling like nonstop. And then finally, in an attempt to, I guess, appease me, he's like, I need you to come to her house. And so he takes me to her house, and he puts a notice on her door where he's terminating like her lease that he's signed on, like just like this. And then I also remember when he had started dating, he had brought up another woman by the name of Annalisa, who he, before we even went on our first date, he says, I told her, I found somebody new. So anyways, fast forward, I didn't understand the role that all of these women played at the time. But stay tuned for part 2. I'll let you know what that all meant.